Welcome back. My name is Keith, or you might know me as Uhfgood. And I probably don't even need these stupid headphones. In fact, they're broken. If you can, I don't know if you can tell that here. I got a piece of tape and something around it, um, and of course it still bends. And then this is the kind of the same way, but it's different. There were cheapy gift headphones for something we got, and while they still work, the the plastic the plastic connector things are broken, and so I had to tape them up just to be able to use, just to make sure that they still worked. I might even throw it away because I got another pair, and then I got some decent headphones that came with a stereo amp. I have an amp and a guitar, and that I don't use, by the way, and basically. The headphones, one of the ears are going out, so I have to actually open it up and I have to solder it, and then I have to do a few things, and I just haven't got around to it yet. In any case, I don't need to do anything right now because I'm not listening to anything right now. I am just going through this wiki book. So, adjusting the height. Right now, all 8 vertices are selected, so any vertex edits you make will affect them all. For instance, if you were to move a vertex, the other 7 vertices would follow. In order to build a roof peak for the house, you need to alter just the 4 top vertices of the cube. To do that, you must change the selection so only those vertices are selected. Turn occlude background geometry off so we can see all vertices. Note that in newer versions, this button is called Limit Selection Divisible. It is one of the buttons to the right of the transform orientation, which is to the right of the mode select, which should be currently set to edit mode. Deselect the bottom 4 vertices by using Shift right mouse button. Okay, so let's see if I can do something here, and let's turn the transparent. Let's actually expand this out a little bit here. Let's turn this on, and then now I can see it, which is kind of cool. I couldn't see that before. So I'm gonna say Shift left mouse button, so I should be able to deselect these 2 and this 2. And now just the top should be selected. Okay, would be Shift left mouse button instead of right, because right was before. Now we're in 2.8, so it's after. So we do Shift left mouse button. Picture to the right shows the cube, and right's perspective view. Include background geometry off the correct vertices selected. And of course here it shows the whole face being selected, and here the older one it shows just the 4, like that. Okay, so this is kind of interesting too. It almost, well, not quite. I was just gonna say it's almost the same size if you look at it right. It's almost exactly the same size here. Anyways, okay, so let's go back to this. Let's scroll down. Remember, if you make a mistake, Control Z. You can adjust the height of your house's ceiling. Activate the grab tool. Make sure the blender is in edit mode. With the relevant parts of the object selected, make sure the 3D view window is active. Press G. Okay, press G. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. View will be replaced by the numbers. You may want to lower the ceiling without making the walls crooked. This is hard to do freehand, but you can happily the grab tool provides an option for just that. With the grab tool activated, press Z to limit movement to the Z axis. Now when you move the mouse pointer around, Blender will just adjust the height of your ceiling without making the walls look crooked. You can also limit the grabs to the X and Y axis as many other ways. When your ceiling is the height you want, confirm the grab with the left mouse button or enter. So let's go ahead and grab, and let's go ahead and Z, and let's kind of make the house a little bit short, little shorter, shorter. Now you're going to add on to your house by extruding. The only reason that this is down here is just because I got a short little window here. Extrusion begins duplicating selected parts of an object. When the new parts are pulled away from the old ones, new face and edge is treated necessary. To add an attic in your house, make sure Blender's in edit mode. The top four vertices selected. Make sure the 3D view window is active. Press the E to activate the extrude tool. Restrict movement to the Z axis and move the mouse pointer upward. When the attic is the height you want, confirm the extrude. Keep the extrude invisible. You will need it for the next exercise. So, E and there. Okay, so I like that there. Okay. At the end of the process, with only 4 new vertices, the upper corners of the attic will be selected. The others, including the 4 that were originally selected, will not be selected. If you cancel the extrude option without confirming it, duplicate vertices and edges are already created. Merging. You can merge the roof from a flat one to a pyramidal one by merging the vertices of the roof. Make sure you still have the extruded roof from the previous exercise visible. Make sure the Blender is in edit mode. Top foremost vertices selected. Press the W to bring the specials menu. Select merge. You can also do this by pressing Alt M. At center. Special message should appear on the info saying the 3 vertices have been deleted. Vertices must be deleted. Okay, so let's go ahead and Alt M, merge at center. Did it do it? It did it! Yay! I got a roof. It's kind of a low roof, but I got a roof anyways. Actually, Control Z, Control Z, E, extrude. Wait. E, extrude. Make it a little bit taller. Like that. Okay. Now, let's Alt M at center. Now we have kind of a tall one, which is kind of what I want. Okay. Merge at center. Okay, so pyramidal roof, saving your work. We'll be developing the house and later modules, so to save your work now, save the current scene to blend file, save as, navigate to folder where you want to write the file. If you wish the file name other than entitled, file name box, save as Blender file, option will be complete. So let's go ahead and once you've saved your work, you can save subsequent changes by pressing Control S. Confirm you want to overwrite the file. Okay, so let's go ahead and file. Let's go ahead and save as, and let's go ahead and what did I do here? Test blends. Let's go into test blends and let's call this house. House. I'll say B3D Noob house. That way I know it's from this Blender Noob to Pro. So now let's save it. In fact, just a little kind of a quick note here is you notice up here, I don't know if it's how hard it is to see. This might be kind of hard, but up here is where the actual folder is, the path to the URL. Down here is the name, and what you want to do is even though you typed in the name and hit enter, it didn't save it yet, so you want to make sure and save as Blender file, because otherwise it's not going to save. So now it saved it, so that's cool. And then now I just Control S when I want to modify it. So let's do the move, and let's flatten it out. See, now I can actually like that. 1, 2, Control Z. Actually, we'll shorten it just a tad, and we'll say Control S. That. All right. So now that we've ended that module, let's go to Quickie Render, which is nice. If you haven't completed the Quickie model, do so now. You'll need a resulting model for the module. Now that you've created your first model, you'll probably want to try rendering. Your first render with a single light source and only 9 faces should finish quickly. However, as 2D scenes become more complex, you'll find rendering can take a long time. This module will render a Quickie model and save the result in various file formats. You also learn how to aim cameras and create lamps. Rendering the Quickie model. And we're almost done here, but I'll give it a few more seconds, half a minute. Senior render, aiming the camera, lighting, saving the render, renderer selection, render control, render image dimensions, image file formats, additional resources. Okay, so launch Blender, load factory settings, load the house model from previous model, follow open, recent, press F1, okay. F12, render image, opens the image editor so you can watch the render in progress. So, all I want to do right now is F12. And since we're using the Eevee renderer, this doesn't take hardly any time at all. But we won't worry about cycles and all that jazz just yet. And I am going to go ahead and stop here. And if F12 isn't used by the window manager, that's, I guess, Mac. You can stop the render progress by pressing escape anytime. It has focus, bear in mind. This will stop the rendering of the current frame and abandon any partial results. F12, start rendering the image from the beginning again. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and quit, and we'll see you in the next video.